What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for SmackDown 1000. Overall, I really enjoyed, but I will say that I do have a decent number of flaws in it. I feel like some of it was just due to time, because apparently there was actually like some time constraint issue. Like this was actually supposed to be like there was supposed to be like a lot more to it. Like there's like I heard that I got this actually from a video that some news that World Culture did. That apparently there was actually like Ray's match actually ended up getting cut. There were supposed to be some backstage segments that ended up getting cut because Hungary. If I had to guess, was probably some stuff dealing with USA and like not letting them go, because I feel like there were spots probably gonna go 3 hours for this, but they probably were. But USA was like no, none of that shit. At least I felt like that. So the matches overall were pretty good. Definitely the highlight was definitely Ray's match with Shinsuke. Fucking amazing. I'm so glad to see Rey Mysterio back in the WWE ring. I've seen him a couple times, doing stuff in New Japan and all in. I saw him at the G1. That was pretty cool. Speaking of which, I just saw like the last match of G1. I went back and finally finished it. It was Kota Ibushi versus I forgot the other guy's name. And match so fucking amazing. Although I swear when I love New Japan. Like Emmanuel. You're right, man. New Japan's awesome. I will still say that I still like WWE a little bit more, but that could just be my personal bias towards. I've been watching WWE since I was fucking 10. I've only been watching New Japan for like what, 3-4 months now. But I love New Japan. I love it. The storylines are pretty good. The matches are phenomenal. Like, if there's one thing I'll give New Japan this, when I watch New Japan, I feel like I'm actually watching like legit real life anime. Because they have those moments like in the match last night the G1, they were like going at it first, but then of course around the end they were both slowed down to where they just dissolved and just slapping each other over and over again, which for some reason they call palm strikes. So I'm like, no, these two are just legit just slapping each other for a good solid minutes. And then of course they had those moments where they get like their huge burst of energy, like Kota Ibushi did like this last ride Batista bomb, and the ref legit jumped jumped like a good maybe 1 or 2 feet over him and started counting. I'm like, keep on, the ref for that match looked like he was like in his 60s. So yeah, New Japan, I loved it. The G1 was great, the latest pay-per-view they did was the King of Strong, I think it was called. That triple threat between Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and Kota Ibushi. Fucking amazing. I love that match. That was so damn good. Anyway, back to SmackDown 1000. They started off, having True TV, whatever. That was fine. Carmella, ugh. I mean, it was fine. Ugh. Steph was there, and then Shane came in on top of the SmackDown is the A show, which, let's be honest, it is. Like, people say that Raw is the flagship show because they got Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey, but let's be honest, SmackDown is so much better than Raw. Legit, ever since I was a kid, ever since I first started watching WWE back in 2010, I have always preferred SmackDown over Raw. I always prefer their rosters, I always prefer their storylines, I always just preferred SmackDown over Raw. I won't lie, when the brand split ended in 2012, I stopped watching SmackDown 2016 because nothing was happening there. It might as well just been main event or Superstar, so I just straight up stopped watching it. And I was legit only watching it, but damn well when the brand split came back, I was going back to SmackDown. Oh my god, SmackDown was so good. Say what you will about Raw, on SmackDown, whatever. If you guys prefer Raw, cool. I prefer SmackDown, but you gotta admit, Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles, the best rivalry in years. When was the last time you saw a rivalry that damn good? John and Randy back in the day, maybe? I don't know. No rivalry has ever been that good in my personal. That has been that good in a while. I legit can't think of any. Maybe you guys can, but anyway. So he was talking then Shane's welcome to the A show, which let's be honest, SmackDown is Raw. No. Then Steph was like, no, Raw's no A show. And then Vince came in there and all that shit. We also did the Cutting Edge, with Edge. I remember they did the Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge was actually really cool. They had him with Becky Lynch and Charlotte. I like Edge was trying to convince her to get off this path that she's on. Maybe I was legit thinking that they were gonna have her turn face here, because WWE knows that the audience ain't gonna boosh Becky Lynch. They've been cheering louder than they ever have since she's turned heel. So I was almost thinking they were gonna have her turn face here, But they didn't. She ended up saying heel, which, I love what she said. Like, you know, she's like, you won't, like, it says, like, you know, you won't even like yourself. And she was like, you're right. I don't like myself. I know I'm doing a terrible accent. I love myself. Like, that was amazing. That was overall really damn cool. Evolution, of course, you know, made its return. That was pretty cool and all. That was actually I really dig Evolution return. I never really watched Evolution get back on kid because I wasn't watching wrestling back then. But it was cool seeing, like, you know, the Nature Boy and Nature Boy, Triple H, all those guys made the return. I love the little banter they had, like, you know, like Randy was throwing shade at him, and then, you know, Batista said, I love when he, like, threw shade. Triple H said, like, you know, he's done everything except beat me, and that look Batista gave him, he was like, yeah, said it, motherfucker. Love that. That was awesome. What else? So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be like, I don't know if they were setting up like a match. Apparently, they're like setting up like they're gonna have like a match at WrestleMania 35 or something. And that happens, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. So yeah, that was pretty cool and good. And it was nice seeing Batista finally back because we know if you guys you know kind of know, you know that Batista's been trying to get back into WWE for a while. Like he wants to come back. He doesn't want to be like some part-time shit like Brock Lesnar. He wants to come back like full-time. He wants to like legit come back and have one last run the company. And, you know, like, he says, like, you know, they have been in Oregon. So I feel like that probably had something to do with this whole James Gunn situation that's been going down, you know, recently with Guardians 3 and everything. And I'm actually kind of surprised that the audience wasn't starting chanting, like, James Gunn or Guardians or something. With all of a sudden, hey, and just how outspoken Batista has been about it. Like, the man has been, like, you know, dissing Disney on a regular basis. When there was the rumors that James Gunn was going to, like, write and direct Suicide Squad 2, he straight up said, where do I sign up? I'm like, bro, you trying to get fired? But, yeah. So it was cool seeing those guys. So it was cool, and I like that Randy was just kind of like, like you could, like, man was like, oh shit, when, you know, Batista made his comment. That was pretty cool. You know, we had AJ, and D. Bryan versus Heels. That was a really damn good match. I'm so hyped to see D. Bryan versus AJ at, you know, Crown Jewel, just because this is honestly the first real match D. Bryan has had since his return, because, like, legit, all for his pay-per-view matches since he's returned has been nothing but jobbers and mid-carders. That's it. His match at SummerSlam against The Miz, like I said before, it's Miz's best match, but I don't see The Miz's main event talent, in my personal opinion. I just don't see it, and I don't want him going anywhere near the WWE title ever. He had his run with the main event status. I say he's good as just saying it's an upper mid-card. Who should be the main event? Dolph Ziggler. But that's just my personal opinion. I kind of want AJ to win because if anyone's going to beat CM Punk's record, I don't want to be Brock Lesnar. I want it to be AJ Styles because at least he actually defends the thing. But if he ends up losing to D. Bryan, great, because then D. Bryan has a belt again. So yeah, that match is pretty good. We had this like one little like backstage segment where Paige was talking to Vicky, and then, you know, our boy Teddy Long came back, and it was so nice seeing Ted because I love that when he was running the show, when he was running SmackDown back in 2010 to like 2012, he was amazing. I always loved watching Teddy Long. Holla, player! And then John Laurinaitis came in there, and I had a Vietnam flashback. Whew. Like, I swear, that man, like, I cannot be the only one that thinks that man sounds like he, like, smokes, like, 20 packs a day, or sounds like he's getting strangled, be like, people power! And, like, but in all honesty, he was a damn good heel back in the day. Granted, that's back when I still thought wrestling was real, so some of my hatred towards him was probably due to, like, I thought that there was real and this wasn't just a show. But even now, I look at some of his clips, I'm like, I still fucking hate your guts. Anyway. But like, I feel like, if there's one thing I wish they went farther with those guys. Like, you have Teddy Long back, you have Vicky back, you have John Laurinaitis. Come on, do something with them. Like, have Teddy come in there and, you know, set up a match. Have Vicky, have those two argue or something. Like, I feel there was so much you could have done with Teddy. Like, when I saw that, I was hoping for something, but we ended up not getting anything with those two, which kind of sucks because I was really hoping we would see someone with Teddy Long. But I also loved when they. Like, you know, like, they had, like, these little, like, you know, like, image reels where they would show a bunch of stuff that happened in SmackDown history, you know, stuff with Eddie, you know, Edge and all those guys. They actually played the SmackDown theme that was used in, like, around 2010, which is actually when I started watching WWE, and so I was glad to hear that. If you ask me, I prefer Know Your Enemy back in 2011. Granted, it's because I'm a huge Green Day fan. I honestly haven't listened to their music nowadays, but when I was a kid back in the day, Green Day was my shit back in the day. So that was just pretty cool seeing that song return. I liked actually when he interviewed with Russo's match and then Lana just kicked him in the balls. That was pretty funny. I liked actually when Miz was like running away when he won. He went up and high-fived Aiden. That was pretty funny. What else? Yeah, that's about it. We also, of course, there was a little promo there, which you could tell that shit was fucking rushed. I mean, I feel like Vince was told, like, go, come on, let's get this over with. Because literally, he went, after he made his entrance, he was like, DX, rest in peace. Like, that's it, they left. Like, you could tell that shit was rushed. And, yeah, like I said, Ray and Shinsuke's match, without us, sold the show. I really hope they put those two together in a feud for the U.S. title, because those guys could give you magic, and especially against the U.S. Especially against Shinsuke, something to do, because he hasn't done anything with the U.S. title since he's won it. Really, he's barely been on SmackDown even. So please put those two together. They can make great matches, and it finally gives the U.S. title some relevancy. And also, okay. Before I leave you guys, let us discuss the elephant in the room first. In case you guys are wondering where my reactions are for Hell in a Cell and the Super Showdown, technical do my iPad, it's been crashing on me. I'm going to try and get that thing fixed. I think we're going to leave and try to get it fixed this weekend. Not sure about that, but when I do, I'll get this video finally out to you guys. But let us discuss the whole controversy with Crown Jewel and, Saudi Arabia and everything. Okay, now, I don't pay attention to the news that often. I might hear some stuff I see on Twitter on the occasion, or I might watch a little bit of the news with my dad when he's home, but I honestly don't really pay attention to it. I honestly don't pay attention to politics on the show. But if what happened in Saudi with the journalists and everything, if that is indeed true, and it actually did happen, yeah, I definitely say WWE should get out of the deal if they can, because I don't think that's good for their image. I mean, and I was actually kind of surprised they even announced it, because when I think Saudi Arabia, or even the Middle East in general, like when I was living there I was living in Bahrain for 2 years, it didn't really seem like a place that loved wrestling. They were more concerned with like cricket and football and all that stuff. I don't know, maybe wrestling is huge in Saudi. When I was in Bahrain, I didn't really see any wrestling fans. I actually did meet a lot of, like, the most, like, from all the places I've been, I've definitely met the most wrestling fans while I was in Bahrain. I made the most friends because of wrestling while I was in Bahrain. But they were all Americans that were all stationed there, just like I was. I didn't really meet any straight like Arab kids or Arabs that were huge wrestling fans. There was maybe one dude I know, and I fucking hated him. He was annoying as shit. He was like one of those assholes in high school that you just want to fucking strangle. So, and he didn't even seem like he even really was that big of a fan of wrestling. And it was actually because this asshole how me and my boy Eli met. But that's a story for another day. Anyway, so yeah, me personally, I think WWE should get out of the deal if it is end up true. If it does end up true, and maybe sign a deal with Japan. I heard those guys love wrestling. Yeah. So that's about everything with SmackDown 1000. I will say that I probably would say if you guys like, yo, Glenn, which one did you like more, this or Raw 1000? I'd honestly probably say Raw 1000 just because a lot more happened. John wasn't even there, The Rock wasn't even there. Granted, that's just scheduling issues. Those guys are busy in Hollywood and everything. I'm not going to hold that against WWE. But I don't know. I felt there could have been a lot more done if those two, not just because those two weren't there, but you could have just done a lot more in general. But I think that was just due to time constraints all honestly. So, overall, really enjoyed it. I would say Raw 1000 was probably better, a lot more happened, and of course, and we had the Big Show turn heel for the 500th time for some reason. I don't know why that was even a thing, but whatever. So yeah, so overall, I give SmackDown 1000 an 8.5, and that's honestly just from the strength of Ray's match alone, because that match was so damn good. Ray looked amazing. So yeah, so tell me what you guys thought of SmackDown 1000 down in the comment section below. And so yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links out in the box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Now, if you guys will excuse me, the Lakers are playing. But one last thing I gotta say. Raw this week was fucking amazing. I mean, we had Trish Stratus and Lita referencing AI by talking about practice. And oh my god, Ronda roasting the Beltwoods. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say roasting the Beltwoods? I meant incinerating the Beltwoods. And, you know, Drew McIntyre, Claymore kicking Braun Strowman was also awesome. Raw was awesome this week in general. So yeah, see you guys next time.